So this video is going to concentrate on directions. Now I've already done like the cardinal maps like north, south, east, and west, and we have left and right. And when I was in interpreting school, that was one of the exercises that we had to do, is we had to tell someone how to get somewhere, either to an office or to the restroom or something like that. So, so if someone asks you, like, for example, if they were in my office or something, they go, oh, bathroom, and it's a T for toilet, and we already did this in the handshake for T for toilet. I've had some deaf people do restroom, R, restroom to the bathroom. And it doesn't mean, we say toilet, but, and that's what maybe that's where it came from, was the toilet. Restroom, same difference. So I always say the restroom or the bathroom. Depends on how I want to voice that. So they would shake it and then say where. Bathroom where. And so then you proceed to tell them. So for example, if I was going to tell them from my office, now it's going to be a little bit different if you're walking as opposed to driving. So, so if you're walking, you can say, oh, well, when you leave the office, you turn right. And then that first hallway, you turn left. And then the second door on your right, that's the bathroom. The first door has a big blue wreath. That's an office. So it's the second door. That's the bathroom. You don't have to walk them. I mean, if you wanted to, you can walk down the bathroom, but that would, if you were to voice that, you say, well, now you walk down the hall, and then as you keep walking, and then you'll see this, and then you'll see that, and then you turn to the left, and then you'll turn to the right. So you don't really have to do that, but you might want to do landmarks. You go, there's a door with the big wreath, it's blue, that's not it. It's the second door. That's the bathroom. That's the bathroom. And so you would do right and left. Or another one, you could say, oh, you just go straight down that hall and it's the last door on the left. If you're in someone's house, it would be the same way. Like, for example, if you're at a party, and so most of the time people are outside or they're in the kitchen, and they'll say, oh, bathroom where? Or say, oh, well, you go through the living room and then you just walk. I would probably do walk. I would say you walk straight, and then right next to the front door on your right, that's the bathroom. Because it's going to depend on where the bathroom is, but you have to practice, like, how would I tell somebody? And so whatever words that you would use, instead, you would say, oh, it's there on the right. You would say, oh, you just, you go straight, or you go through the living room, or you go through the kitchen. Some houses have a bathroom that's, kind of off, the kitchen. So you could say, oh, like if you're eating dinner and then you're at the dining room at the table, and you can say, oh, it's just right there. It's close by. It's just right there. I don't know why that's just like, it's just right there. It's really close by. And you could even say that's around the corner. I'm going to do that in a second. So you could say, oh, it's just right there on the right. That first door, just right there. Oh, and they get up and they go, oh, yeah, it is just right there. It's right there, real close by, just around the corner. I had a patient that wanted to know where the clinic was, and she worked at a Walmart. And the Walmart, it was in this, like in a shopping center, kind of, like the Walmart was here, and if you went around, if you drove around, see my car, I drove around, and there was like a Goodwill, there was a Hobby Lobby, and then there's the clinic, and then there's a J.C. Penney, and shoe store, whatever. But here was the Walmart, and you just had to go around. And so she was asking me, she goes, because she always went to a clinic in a specific area. And I said, oh no, there's a clinic that's close by, right next your work. I went, your work. And she said, next to my work? And I go, yes, it's just right around the corner, your work. And so then I told her, I said, you can drive. I said, if you really wanted to walk, you could, but you could drive. And so you would just, I said, Walmart, I said, you just drive, and you just drive. I said, in a curve. She didn't even have to get on the street. You just drive, and it's there. And I think I said, next to the Hobby Lobby. She's going, and I told her, I said, well, I said, put it, in your GPS and then follow it. So she said, I will do that. Because she just couldn't imagine, she couldn't envision it. She had never gone there. When she always went home, she always turned to the left. And she had never gone to the right. So she didn't even know it was there. So anyway, which I thought was funny because I guess because I was always there and it was close to the highway and I always drove there. And so then she showed up at the appointment and she goes, it was right there. And I go, I know, just right there. So, but I thought it was funny that it's just right around the corner. It's just right there. If you're driving and you're telling someone where you live, for example, you can say, oh, we're having an open house at my house. Oh, okay, really? Yeah. So they go, how do I always get confused in that neighborhood. Because you can put in the GPS now, right? You don't have to depend upon, someone telling you where so much. But you still do, and it's good practice. So you can say, well, when you enter into the neighborhood, you drive, and see, now I'm using my vehicle. It doesn't matter if it's a pickup truck or a van or a sedan or a Mini Cooper or what, or a scooter or whatever it is, but you're in a vehicle. So I would say when you enter the first street on the right, you turn to the right. And so now I would say to the right, but I'm going to curve my hand to the right. And then you drive, and the second stop sign, you're not saying how many streets because maybe you don't know, but maybe it's the second stop sign. So the second stop sign, you turn left. And so they're thinking in their mind, okay, I go into the neighborhood, I turn to the right, I turn to the left. Yes, turn to the left and keep going until the end of the street. You don't know, it's a cul-de-sac, but you can't see the cul-de-sac, and you just drive. And it's at the very end of the street, and the house is in the middle, so you're just driving straight. And then there's my house, and you'll see the numbers on the garage. So it can be really easy, but you have to envision it too, and you have to know where you're going. So if you can't remember like how many streets that you cross, you can say, oh, it's the first stop sign, and then I turn left. But make sure that you're turning to the correct, and if they want to say, you can say, yeah, left. You turn to the left. And so when you're doing that, you wouldn't do north, south, east, or west. I would not do that because most people are going, what? I have a compass on my car, but I don't, and I look sometimes to see which direction I'm going, but I don't depend upon that, or I turn that, most people they use the right and the left. So make sure you turn your vehicle in the correct way. When I go to my son's house, it is kind of confusing. And so when you enter into his neighborhood, you go straight until you have to either turn right or left, and then you turn to the left. Okay. And so I go and I wind around, and there's a stop sign, no, continue, and then you see that street name, okay, so I turn to the left, and then I go, and then I drive, and then when I have to either turn right or you could do right or left, or you could do right or left, and I would do both only to keep people straight. And so I'm trying to do both, but I can't do both with my same hand at the same time. So I can't turn right and then or turn left. So when you have to turn either right or left, turn to the right. That's how I would do. Turn to the right. And then look for the number. And his house is on the right, in the middle of the street. If you arrive at a stop sign, you need to turn around and come back. You've gone too far. So you may think that seems like kind of confusing, but just think about like where you live, where are you now, and how do you tell people how to arrive at your house, or if you work in an office, or if you're in school, how do you tell people where there's a classroom, a bathroom, maybe the principal's office, to explain how to get there. Like, how do you get to the gym, like in a school, or if you go to the YMCA, you enter in it like, where's the gym, or where is the machines, like maybe the weight machines or whatever. And so if you're trying to tell someone the information, then you need to envision it first. And then you go, oh, okay, so I walk down this hall, and then I turn to the right. And then if I remember, it's the middle room on the left, and you'll see like some weights, or you'll see machines, or where's that exercise class? Oh, so you walk, and then when you go in, you go, there's the desk, and then you go to the right. You go to the right, and then kind of a dog leg. That's what I always say. It's like a dog leg, but you would go, oh, to the right, and then straight, and then to the right, and then the first room on the left, and you'll see those big windows, and that's where the exercise class is. And you should see like a mirror or just a big empty room. That's where they have the exercise class. So and that's all it really is just that, the same as if you were telling like a blind person, and how you would say it, but you would have to show it. So right and left, and I would use that mostly if you're walking. If you are driving, now you've got your vehicle, which is your three-hand shape, and it goes down. And this three-hand shape is called a classifier, and it becomes whatever vehicle. It could be a boat or a yacht. It can be a ship. It can be a pickup truck. It can be a limousine. It can be any vehicle that you so choose, and then you drive it. Yeah, if it was a boat or this is what I use for a ship. It's on the water, but it's a big ship. It's big, so it's not just like you're rowing, or you're going to be fishing off of that boat. So it's a big one. So this is where you would use that classifier. So those are pretty easy, but it takes practice because you're not accustomed to showing it on your hands. So really, right with the R, don't make it hard, because then you need to have it relaxed. And then left, and then right or left, or you need to turn around. Sometimes when you're on those, there's like an island in the middle of the street, and you go and you have to turn around, and there it's on the right. The restaurant is on the right after you make that U-turn. So just practice with where you're going. Even if you're going to your doctor's or the school or whatever, just practice how you would tell someone to go there. So anyway, so have fun practicing, and I will see you later. Bye.